Hello everyone, and then welcome to the introduction to 3D printing. In this course, we'll learn about 3D printing and then how 3D printing works, including some resources and then some materials, and then how a look at some images and then videos as to how we would be able to understand how 3D printing works, some advantages, disadvantages, applications of 3D printing, and the likes. Okay. So basically, this how it should work. A 3D printer works. And so let's start by defining what a 3D printer is or what 3D printing is. So this kind of technology makes use of some materials called filaments or different kinds of material, but the most basic ones are normally this plastic kind of materials that are formed into, they are usually called filaments, okay, and then these are actually converted into, like these are melted, okay, so it will form a molten state that can actually be turned into a 3D object, okay. So basically it works in these various steps, okay. So from the model, okay, so someone models the program or like the objects, okay, in mind. If the person has an object in mind, okay, it will design it in a particular software, like Tinkercad or Fusion 360, and then it's going to slice it. Okay, so after modeling, you put it into a software. Example is Cura, and Cura is going to slice it into form that like the G code. Okay, so into a form that can be printed. Okay, so when it's sliced, we have it exported as a G code format, which the printer understands to actually print the desired or your model. Okay, so what you've modeled on your computer is actually going to be printed. Okay, so it will be converted into a form that's a G code form. That's a language that the printer can understand to know how to print or what to print. Okay, it does all the computation on its own. So you just feed it with your slice object, okay, or file, and then it does the computing, and then you should have your object. So basically, it's a technology that makes use of model digital 3D object, which is later printed with some materials to form a physical object. Okay. Now, so we have the types of 3D printing technologies. So we have fused deposition modeling, so FDM, stereolithography, SLE, selective laser sintering. But I think we would focus more on this. Okay, these are more advanced ones, but this one is ever present to us. Okay, so it's most common. Okay, so it can be a household hold something. Okay, so this makes good use of filaments as you see here. Okay, and then is passed through some tube, okay, a tube, and then that's a guiding tube, and then connected through some that's the 3D printing nozzle. So the nozzle has a heat end where the filament is melted onto a platform, and then with it's being layered one after or over the other, okay, it becomes something like this. So it raises the stress, so it's layered on top of the other, okay, then you come up with your objects.